Hi everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing a solo playthrough of Ashes Reborn. This is the Red Rains solo mode, and well, cooperative solo mode, I guess. I'll be going up against the Corpse of Viros. So this one is a standard level 1 for one player. We'll have to try to defeat it with 30 damage, and it has Threat 4, Ultimate 3. I've already set out the aspect cards and you would follow what's on the card. So there's 1, 2, 2, 2, based off of the number of blood on it. I'm using Namine Hymntide. This is my favorite Phoenixborn. She is the Phoenixborn of Soak's End. Battlefield 6, Spellboard 4, health is 17. Calming Melody is its side action, so I could exhaust pay a music note to draw a card, and then I can place an exhaustion token on Namine and one exhaustion token on a target Phoenixborn, which could include my opponent, which is the Corpse of Euros. And that's significant because with Ultimate 3, the ultimate number will kind of ramp up the game, and putting exhaustion tokens will increase kind of that buffer for me before that ramps up. I did decide my first 5 cards in my hand. What's neat about Ashes Reborn is you do get to choose your starting hand. So I have a Shatter Pulse, it's a reaction spell, a Summon Salamander Monk, which is a spell, a Summon Squall Stallion, another spell, an Encore action spell, and River Scald, my only ally in my opening hand. I always find it important to get my spells out because once they're out, they're pretty much out for the rest of the game, and you can choose to use it on your turn as a main action. Some things to note is that there's a main action and then there's a side action. On your turn, you can choose to use a side action if you want to, but you have to either use a main action or you'll pass. So that's important to note. When I was playing, I thought I could just do a side action and pass my turn and then continue to do just side actions on future turns, but you do have to do a main action to continue to do a future turn in the round. I have all my tokens set here. These are my Red Rains tokens. I have my damage tokens. These are exhaustion tokens, and these are status type of tokens. The first player markers is mine right now. I'm just gonna have it pointed at me to say that I'm the starting player in this round, and then I'll just flip it and point it at the Corpse of Euros when it's theirs. I have my Sympathy Magic dice. Here's the reference card for the dice and the different symbols. So top to bottom, you can use each symbol for the lower ranked ones, which is pretty neat. And there is a dice power effect, which is a side action. Drawing a card, you may choose one card in your hand and place it on top of or bottom of your draw pile. So you can set yourself up for a pretty good draw. I'll be placing my active dice pool on the left of this card and then my exhausted dice pool to the right of it. I do want to have the reference available. I am not a pro at this game. I will make mistakes, so this is not a tutorial. I'm just recording kind of a overview playthrough, and yeah, once again, mistakes will be made. All right, so to start, we go through the prepare phase and roll dice. So we roll all our dice and place them in our active pool. All right, so we have 2 horses and a bunch of music notes, which is great. Would have been nice to have more horses, but that's okay. So basic dice, I'll be referring to this icon on the dice. You'll notice here that the Corpse of Viros, the Chimera, will have 5 of their own dice, and they will all be on their basic side. They also have a behavior die, which they will roll if they have any face-down aspect cards. All right. So we'll skip the rest of the prepare phase since we have our first starting hand, and we'll go ahead and do the player turn. So I'm going to do a main action and one side action. I will play a Summon Salamander Monk, and I need to make space for a discard next to my draw deck, which is here. That'll be my main action. I could do a side action right away if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to hold off. So now it's the Chimera's turn. We'll roll 1 red rain die, and then we'll roll one of the behavior dice. All right. So if it is a basic side, it stays in this lower section of the board. We look at this behavior dice in number 3. So we reference the behavior card, which currently we are on phase 1. Not sure how that got there. And we have a behavior phase 1. And number 3 is attack if able, if not reveal. So they're going to do a main action of attack if not reveal. They would only be able to attack if there were any face-up aspects. Right now there's not, so we're going to reveal from left to right, so just revealing one card. This is a storm call, shadow aspect. It says at the start of the Chimera's turn, remove 1 status token from this unit. So this will come in with 2 status tokens, as noted here in green. Has attack 1, life 2, blood 1. So blood 1 is damage it will do to itself once the aspect is defeated. So we'll add 2 status tokens to storm call. And that's it for their turn. Now it's back to us, and we will get to do something here. I think we'll go ahead and summon the Salamander Monk. So this Salamander Monk spell allows me to use a main action, exhaust, and spend a music note to place the Salamander Monk conjuration onto my battlefield. I have a deck of conjurations. You don't have to shuffle them because you're just going to be grabbing your conjurations to use. So I am going to take the Salamander Monk and put it into the battlefield. All right. And I will put an exhaustion token on this spell, so I cannot use it again. You can only use unexhausted spells on your turn. And then I'm spending a music note to do that, so I'm exhausting a die. So this Salamander Monk says spirit form when this unit is destroyed, something happens. All right. I am going to not do a side action, and we'll go into the Chimera's turn. All right, another 3 and another basic. So they're going to attack for sure because they have one that could attack. But at the start of the turn, we remove this token, and it says deal 1 damage to the opposing target Phoenixborn. Then if that was the last status token, place 1 red rain. So it's going to be placing 1 damage on my Phoenixborn. All right. And so this is going to attack. It's going to attack my rightmost I guess what are these? Conjuration or for fighters, I guess. I forgot what the term is. But they're going to attack that unit. Oh, unit. That's what it is. So they're going to attack my unit for 1. I could decide to counter if I want to. They will get exhausted. I'm not going to counter. I'm just going to take... oh, wait. I think I will counter. Because why not? So Salamander Monk will end up dying. And that's going to do 1 damage to Storm Call. Because Salamander Monk has 1. And I think actually, can it only counter if it's alive? A lot of questions for some reason come up while I'm playing the game. Countering is when defender deals counter damage equal to its attack. Yeah, simultaneous, so I think I can. So I counter back, I'm dead. And then this triggers when this unit is destroyed, place a Salamander Monk Spirit Conjuration onto the battlefield. So that's what this is. And this says transparent. This unit cannot block or be chosen as the target of an attack. All right. So that is my turn, their turn, and then it's back to me. All right. I had to take a break, so hopefully I remember where I was at. I think it was my turn. And River Scald could be interesting. It says harsh melody. When this unit comes into play, draw 1 card. You may discard 1 card from your hand to deal X damage to a target unit. So if I play River Scald, I would need a card that has magic cost of something pretty high. Shatter Pulse could be a good one. I could do my side action first, and then I could draw a card, and I think I will. I'll do a side action on Namine Hymntide, so we will put an exhaustion token, spend a music note, and draw a card. River Scald. Okay, all right, not bad. Main action, I will play River Scald. And I will play I will discard a Shatter Pulse, which has a total of 3 magic cost. So that means I can deal X damage to a target unit. Actually, I'm gonna I'm gonna save that, and I am going to just do a I don't know. Actually, I'm reconsidering playing my River Scald. Uh, Reason being, this has 1 life left. I don't know if I want to really worry about that. I think what I'm going to do instead is use Salamander Monk Spirit to attack Stormcall. But before that, we have to roll the behavior die. For rolls 9 or higher, the Corpse of Viros Chimera will block, or guard is the term. It's a 7. So it does attack the aspect. The aspect will do I don't think it counterattacks because it's exhausted, but it will die. So it only had 2 life. And it's gonna have 1 blood on Corpse of Heroes. So the blood is listed here. It also matches the blood amount that's on the back of the card. So that's how much damage is placed on the Chimera. Okay. I did the main action. I also did a side action. So now it's the Chimera's turn. Roll the behavior die and the red rain die. We have a 5 and a basic side. It says reveal, attack with revealed aspect. All right, we have a constrict. Gosh, all right. Lots of words here. Constrict, when this unit comes into play, the target opposing player must place 1 exhaustion token on a card they control. Okay, I will place it on Salamander Monk. Actually, it should have had 1 already because it attacked. That means I have to place a second one somewhere. I guess I'll put it on here. And then Defender, so this would block for the Chimera and guard for aspects without this ability. This Chimera will not guard for this unit. All right, so they will attack though. And so when they're attacking, they exhaust, and they're attacking the rightmost one, which is this one. So it's just gonna attack my Salamander Monk Spirit. Nothing happens, it just goes back to the Conjuration deck, and then that's it. Back to me, and that has 4 life of 4. So I do think I'll play a River Skull at this point. Harsh Melody triggers, and I will play a Shadow Pulse to do 3 total damage to Constrict. 1, 2, 3. And then that is my main action. I am spending 2 music notes to do that, as well as part of the cost. And then my side action, I will spend and use the dice power effect and spend a horse to draw a card. It's a crescendo. And then I can choose 1 card in my hand and place on top or bottom. I may, so I don't have to. And I think this is okay. All right. Oh wait, when I draw a card with River Skull, so I would draw a second card in this case. Okay. All right. I need to make sure I read all the cards. That's kind of my issue. Sometimes I like rush it and think I know what I'm doing, and usually I don't. That's my turn. I will roll. Okay, so it's a red rain, so that goes up here. So number 2, reveal. So that's all they're gonna do is reveal. So this is a dark descent. It has descent 1. When this unit is declared as an attacker. Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, so I think I'm going to use River Scald to attack Constrict. So it says the Chimera will not guard for this unit. Well, it has an exhaustion token, so the words don't matter. So it will still attempt to guard. Ooh, it's a 9. So the Corpse of Viros will take 2 damage. And I'll place an exhaustion token on River Scald. So that was my main action. And I think that'll be it for my turn. No side action for me. We'll keep rolling the 2 dice here. Roll that in. All right, it's a 9. This is another red rains. So with the 9, target opposing player must lower 2 non-basic dice in their active pool by 1 level. All right, so this goes down. like that, and this goes down here. And then it says reveal. So we're just revealing this last one. A dark descent, another. Okay, so back to us. Yeah, I'm gonna play a River Scald and do the when the unit comes into play, draw a card, and then I can discard a card to do the damage. I'll discard the Guilt Link and deal 1 damage to Constrict to finish it off. It's going to get 2 damage onto Perseveros due to its blood, which is valued at 2. Just making sure I didn't miss anything else. I think we should be good. And then side action, I'm not going to do anything. Oh, wait. I could not have afforded that unless I did a side action. Ooh, I needed to meditate. So I would have to, meditate. I'm trying to make this work. So I would need to meditate, which would have been discard the Guilt Link into my hand, into the discard, right? And then this is what I would have drawn. And the meditation would have made this into, I'm sorry, a basic die into that. And then I would have had to discard for that 1 damage. And it would have been the crescendo at that point, just so that everything works out in the end. And so I would have spent these 2 music dice. And when it comes to meditation, can it go all the way up? Let me see. I'm sure it goes into detail somewhere. Meditate. You may change a die in your active pool to a side of your choice. Okay, so yeah, that would have been fine. Just gonna fix this a little bit. I wish I laid flat, but all right. So now it's the Chimera's turn. And so on their turn, they're just going to be attacking. So when they don't have any face down cards, they will just automatically attack with the leftmost aspect. All right. And just to confirm that, we have Chimera's turn. If there are no face down aspects, the Chimera attacks with the leftmost unit that can attack. So it's going to attack with Dark Descent. When this unit is declared as an attacker, place 1 exhaustion token on the opposing player's target's leftmost unit. If that unit was already exhausted, discard it. Oh gosh. We're just discarding this, just like that. Okay. Discard it. What is it? If that unit was already exhausted, discard it. Yeah, I think that's what that means. Anyway, it is going to attack me directly for 3. So I am taking 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. I don't have anything that could guard it. All right, so that was their turn, and now it's mine. I'll play Encore as my main action. Search or discard pile for a card other than Encore and place it on top of your or bottom of your draw pile. Draw 1 card. So I'll place a River Scald on top, drawing it, just so I have it in my hand. That was my main action, and then my second is going to be, I'm sorry, the Chimera's turn will mean they're attacking with Dark Descent. When it's declaring an attacker, place an exhaustion token on the opposing players. Okay, so the River Scald just like that, and it's going to attack me again for 3. So I have 6, actually 7 damage. All right, so I'm going to meditate twice. to make both of these up to the highest level. And then as my main action, I will play a River Scald. And that will cost me 2 dice, like that. And then when it comes into play, draw a card. And then it says you may discard 1 card from your hand to deal X damage to your target unit. All right, I guess 2 damage would be good. So I'll discard a Flute Mage to deal 2 damage to Dark Descent. That's my main action. And then it'll be the Chimera's turn, but they have to pass. They don't have any unexhausted aspects, so it's back to me. I have 1 die left. And I'm going to play a Summon Squall Stallion. But first I do have to meditate. So meditate there. This will become that horse that I need to play the Summon Squall Stallion. And I think I could play an Encore. Search my discard pile for a card other than Encore and place it on the top or bottom of your draw pile. Draw 1 card. So I could do this as a main action. Let's see if there's something worth doing with that. And I think we're okay to just keep that in our hand until something happens. And then this Flute Mage will keep in our hand as well. So I'm going to say pass. So at this point, we have to do the recovery phase. So remove wounds from units with recover values. Nothing here right now. And then remove exhaustion. Remove 1 Red Rains token from the Chimera for each exhaustion token on the Chimera and ultimate cards. There's no exhaustion on the Chimera. Remove 1 exhaustion token from each card. Okay. And then may exhaust any number of your dice. They're all exhausted. Place 1 Red Rain token on the Chimera for each aspect in play. Okay. There's 2, so I placed 2. And then add face down aspects to the Chimera's battlefield until it has aspects equal to its threat. So 2 more. 1, 2. Replenish. Refill status tokens. Resolve end of round effects. Nothing. And then we're back at the top. Prepare phase. All right, let's roll. And they're going to go first. Okay. Ooh, just 1 basic die. Okay. All right. And then we could discard cards if we wanted to. And I'm just going to keep what I have and just draw 1, 2, 3. All right. And then the Chimera will go first. They'll roll. All right. They have an 11. So that was raise 1 basic rage die 1 level. All right. And then reveal. So it's going to reveal this. It's a glare. The opposing player cannot play action or reaction spells. All right. Let's see. I can't play action or reaction spells. So I do want to try to take out that Dark Descent. And they will counter since they're not exhausted. But I also read they don't exhaust when they do counter, which is a little confusing. Okay. So I will... Yeah, I'm going to try to get a Summon Squall Stallion out. Oh, wait, no, I do want to... Because all of these are targeting my Phoenix board right now. And that's not great. I only have 17 health and I'm at 7. So that would be a total of 6, 7, 8 damage if I don't take care of them. So I'm going to have to attack with River Scald. I'm attacking 2 to Dark Descent, and then we'll have to roll this die to see if the Corpse of Heroes will guard. So if it rolls 9 or higher, it will guard. So it's going to take 2 damage. 1, 2. So right now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 30. So that was my main action. I don't think I have a side action I want to do right now. They will roll. All right, they roll the 10 and a basic die. So it says raise 1 basic to a rage. Okay, so when that happens, they gain 1 red reins. And now that they've met their ultimate, which is 3, it says after placing red rain tokens on a Chimera, if there are red rain tokens equal to or greater than Chimera's ultimate value, resolve the following. Remove red rains from the Chimera equal to its ultimate value, so I remove 3. Discard all cards on Chimera's battlefield that it does not own. All right. Deal 1 damage to all units and Phoenixborn the Chimera's opponents control. So 1 damage across the board here. 1. 1. And 1. And then remove this card and the top behavior card from the game. Increase the Chimera's ultimate value by 1 for each exhaustion token in the Chimera card. All right, so now we're on phase 2. And number 10, I think I still, wait, does the die roll work here? I think so. So the 10 said raise and then reveal. So I reveal, and that'll be their turn. Regenerate. When this unit is destroyed, reroll a basic rage die. Okay. Put these all on the basic side. And then we'll take our turn next. I'm going to use my River Scald here to attack the Dark Descent, or attempt to attack with 2. And let's see if Viros will guard. It won't. I rolled a 1. So it does attack. This for 2. And then this will counter for 3, which means River Scald does end up getting defeated. But Dark Descent is also dead, putting 2 damage more on Viros. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to trade this in for a 5. And then that should be good. So that was my main action. Side action. None of my cards are side action cards. I guess I will do the calming melody. So I'll exhaust and spend a music note. Draw a card. All right, so Magic Siphon, and I may place 1 exhaustion token on this and my opposing Phoenixborn, so I'll be there. So the ultimate value is now 4. Okay. All right, so everything is revealed. They're just going to attack left to right. I'm just going to take 3 damage, unfortunately. It says, place like 1 exhaustion token on the opposing player's target leftmost unit. If they already had, discard it. So this discarded. Okay. And then this is going to attack me for 3. So it's going to be 6 total there. And then it's my turn. Are we going to try to do a encore here? All right, so we'll play encore. I'll search for a River Scald. And then I'm basically going to draw it. That was my main action. And then I'll pass. Not pass, but I won't do a side action. So I'll just say next turn. So they're going to attack with Glare. They're attacking me to my face for 2. And not looking good at all. Like, seriously. And then if I played River Scald, I definitely need something out. Yeah, so I'm gonna play River Scald for 2. When this unit comes out, draw a card, and I could discard a card to deal X damage. So I'm going to discard Shatter Pulse for 3 damage to this Dark Descent. This is going to do 2 blood. That's me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 11 damage on them. And then as a side action, I'm going to just say no side action. So they're going to attack with Regenerate. They're attacking 2 to my rightmost, which is here. And I'm just going to take it. Okay. My main action will be to summon Squall Stallion. So I'm going to spend this die and a basic die. And exhaust. Draw a card. And then, it's a Flute Mage, I get to bring out a Squall Stallion. And then my side action here will be to place one card from the top or bottom of my draw pile. Place one card from your hand on the top or bottom. So I'm just going to put this Flute Mage. And if I do, place one status token on Squall Stallion. On all Squall Stallions you control. Okay, and X is the number of status tokens, so it has 1 attack right now. So that was my main and side. I'll just continue to do my next turn because they pass. So at this point, I'm going to I'll play another Salamander Monk. Summon is a spell. Place a Salamander Monk onto your battlefield. Yep, so that'll be my main action. Okay, and then next turn, my main action will be to spend my die, exhaust, and summon a Salamander Monk. And then I'll do another one. On my next turn, exhaust, and do another Salamander Monk. And then I could potentially finish off this glare or this regenerate. Okay, yeah, I think I'll end up just finishing both, right? Because this will do 1 and then 2 and then 1. Yeah, so I will attack with these. And then I'll have to roll to see if the Chimera will. So I'm attacking with 1 with glare. Ooh, and they are going to take that damage instead. And then Salamander Monk is going to attack. Attacking regenerate. Let's see if they'll end up getting saved from that. Nope, they won't. So this is going to be dead, dealing 1 damage to the Chimera. And then now this is going to attack. Just 1. Attempting to do that to Glare. Roll that in. Ooh, a 12. Chimera will take the 1 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's got 14. All right, let's see. On my next turn, I'll be able to, yeah, I'll play this ally. And I can have up to 6 in my battlefield, so I'm at 4 right now. So this String Mage costs me these 2 dice. And it has a side action, move 1 wound or status token from a target unit onto this unit. Or move 1 wound or status token from this unit onto a target unit. And then could do a Flute Mage as well. Actually, I don't have the dice. I do not have the dice for that. Okay, so I'm going to use String Mage actually as my main action to attack. It's going to do 1 damage, potentially to Glare, so we'll give that a shot. And Chimera will take that. And I think we're good. So we'll do the recover phase, remove wounds from units with recover values. Remove 1 red range token from the Chimera for each exhaustion token on the Chimera. They have 1, but they don't have any red range to remove. Remove 1 exhaustion token from each card. Just one. And then you may exhaust any number of your dice. So I'm going to keep this up here in my active dice pool, and then place red rains for each aspect in play. So just one. Okay. And then replenish aspects. All right. 1, 2, 3. And then replenish status. So nothing to replenish there. And then this will flip to me to be first player. And then we'll roll my dice. All right. Got some more basic dice this time, but not a bad roll, I'd say. A good mix of dice. And then I could decide to discard some cards. And I think I'll discard this and just draw up. Okay. All right, plenty of allies. And next, I will take my turn. All right, so I'm going to probably just wait for them to attack, but I could. Yeah, I think I'll sacrifice a Salamander Monk. So I'm going to exhaust Salamander Monk to attack Glare, hopefully. Let's see. Yes, it will attack for 1 damage. They are going to counter for 2 damage. And then now my Salamander Monk is defeated. When it's destroyed, place the Salamander Monk Conjuration, Salamander Monk Spear Conjuration onto your battlefield. And I think everything just moves left and any new ones has to go to the right. I think that's how that works. At least it's very specific here when you play against a Chimera. That was my main action. My side action will be to place a card from my hand on the top or bottom of my draw pile. And it's going to be a Magic Siphon. And actually, I'm going to put it on the bottom. All right. And then it says if I do place a status token, so I'll go ahead and do that. All right. So now let's see what Chimera will do. Okay, number 8. Ooh, that was an 8. And then it says deal 1 damage to the opposing player's target Phoenix Born. All right, that's me. And then reveal. Okay, so this one is a constrict. When this unit comes into play, the target opposing player must place 1 exhaustion token on a card they control. All right, I'll place 1 on the Summon Salamander Monk on one of them. Okay, so my next turn, I'm going to do a similar thing. So I'm going to use the Salamander Monk to attack the Glare. Attempt to attack. It's going to die, but let's just double check what happens. Yeah. So now this is going to die. It kills my Salamander Monk as well. And a spirit comes out. Okay. And then the blood would give 1 damage to the virus. So let's just see if we can consolidate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we're at 16 on them. And then a side action. Hmm. We'll do a. I was looking at torrent. I can do that as many times as I want, right? I'll put this on top and then do another status token. Okay. All right. So let's see what they'll do. All right. It's an 8. Deal 1 damage to the opposing player. Oh no. Okay. So I'm at 15 out of 17. Very close to losing here. And then reveal. It is a lurk. Oh boy. I'm going to do another torrent. Actually, I need to take care of this glare because it's going to target the Phoenix Born. So to do that, I want to do at least 2 damage. So I will... Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just have to attack with the Skull Stallion and try to attack the glare. So it'll be 3 attack. Let's see if the Viros will... It will guard. It's a 10, so it's gonna take 3 damage. And then I have to exhaust the Skull Stallion. And in terms of anything else, I think that's all I can do. So now it's their turn. They're gonna roll the behavior die again. It's a 5. So that says reveal attack with revealed aspect. So it's revealing this, a regenerate, and it's going to attack my rightmost, which is this. And I can counter for 1. And this will be destroyed, but says when this unit is destroyed, reroll a basic rage die. Okay. Actually, this belongs here. Okay. If a basic is rolled, place this unit face up onto the right side of the commander's battlefield with the exhaustion token on it. Okay, so it came back. And then it's my turn. I'm gonna try to attack again. But I feel like... Yeah, I'm gonna want another Salamander Monk out, I think. So I'll exhaust this, spend this die. Actually, I should have spent 1 already, right? Because there was 1 there. Yeah, I forgot to spend the dice there. And then bring out a Salamander Monk. And that'll be my turn. Then they'll take their turn. And actually, they'll just attack with this. Oh, no. That's not going to work. I'm dead then. Because they're just going to attack me. And I don't have any defenders out, unfortunately. So they're doing 2 damage with Glare. And then that's 2 damage onto Namine. Because it's targeting the Phoenix Born. I don't think I have any options there. Reaction spells, I'm not able to because they have glare. The opposing player cannot play action or reaction spells, so I didn't have any in my hand anyway. But that was my solo playthrough of Ashes Reborn, Red Rains. I don't think I was very close. How much damage did I do? 15, 19 out of 30. I probably could have done a better job at using Squall Stallion and maybe summoning 1 earlier to get even more, because Torrent is pretty neat. It says place a card from your hand on the top or bottom of your draw pile, and if you do, you place a status token on all Squall Stallions you control. So it really, really helps if I had more than 1 out. But maybe next time I will be able to win this one. And this was just level 1. All right. Well, if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. A like or a comment is also always appreciated. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.